And at this point, you had probably known that business model inside and out with how you started out working with them in the corporate sense and essentially coaching franchisees in that role. Someone watching may go, that is just incredible. I mean, I think when I hear someone, a story like yours, owning that level of empire, that many locations, that's not only a highly sophisticated operation, but it takes a tremendous amount of capital. How did you get your start? Like where did it all start?
Well, when I came out of college, I went to work for Pepsi. And back then, Pepsi was PepsiCo. So it was Pepsi, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC, Frito-Lay. Well, I was an on-premise territory manager. So I called on restaurants and schools, entertainment channel, and Taco Bell was one of my accounts. And so through servicing them and finding ways that no one else serviced them, I got an opportunity to interview for a job with Taco Bell, developing out-of-premise, out-of-four-wall strategy for sales revenue generation. Back in the 90s, John Martin, the CEO of Taco Bell, his initiative was increasing points of access for Taco Bell by taking the restaurant outside of the four walls. So I initiated a program for school lunch, special events, and on-site catering. That gave me the opportunity to become an operator. I became what's called a market manager for Taco Bell, which I had 25 stores. I ended up with 38 stores before I left. But I was promoted to a franchise business manager, which is liaison between the franchisor and the franchisee. Well, there was a minority package. I had moved to St. Louis for that job. There was a minority package. I'm half Hispanic, and I was approved to the employee ownership program. And I partnered with a couple of NFL guys, and we bought a 12-store package, and then we bought a 17-store package and ran that probably for about 9 years. And then we bought the KFC package.
Wow. And were those, when you say you bought a package, were those new, that was the rights for new locations or existing locations that you acquired?
Yes, Taco Bell corporate at that time was going through a refranchising mode, and therefore they were packages of former corporate restaurants.
Interesting. Interesting. What was that due diligence like? Like going through, and at this point, you had probably known that business model inside and out with how you started out working with them in the corporate sense and essentially coaching franchisees in that role. So like, what did that due diligence look like acquiring those businesses, and what were the things that you were looking for to, decide on valuation, price, red flags, etc.?
Well, we did, obviously, when you're buying a package that big, there's usually a M&A group involved that puts the package together for you to review. So all the documents and the relative financial information for properties and profitability, employees, that's all come from the M&A side, the person who's packaging the deal. So the due diligence is just kind of rifling through the financials, matching them up, make sure that they fit industry standards, that there's not any big red flags there that are driving sales, like overabundance contribution to marketing, above and beyond normal scope to drive sales, things of that nature, inventory balances, assets. The primary, when you're buying a restaurant, the primary focus should be on the assets, because most restaurants are asset purchases. So you want to identify the deferred depreciation so you can get your fair market value of the assets calibrated such that you're not overpaying for assets that don't have useful life.
If you enjoyed this short clip from the podcast, you can check out another short clip right here. Or if you want to watch the full episode of this podcast, you can watch that here. And remember, knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge that's power. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.